Hi, I'm Larry from Witt Auto Sales and Crivets. Today we're going to show you how to change a flat tire. If you've ever had a flat tire, you know it is a very difficult task and very stressful. So we're going to start off with showing you where the spare tire is on this flex. And it's right in the back of the vehicle. We've already pulled the cover off and the spare out. You have a couple wing nuts that you have to remove, and you will be able to get the spare tire out along with the cover. This is your spare tire jack tool kit. It's got the handle and the scissors jack in it. So we're going to put that back in here. A couple of things of note is when you get a flat tire and you pull over to the side of the road, you want to make sure that you put the parking brake on, make sure the vehicle is in park, and this one is on the driver's side rear tire. So what you want to do is, if you can, you want to block the opposite tire on the outer side so the vehicle won't roll when you start working the scissors jack. So what we've done, we happen to have a wooden block. We put it in front of the tire here because we don't want the vehicle to roll forward. Now we're going to check to make sure it's in park. And the parking brake is engaged. It is in park, and we have the parking brake engaged. Next, what you want to do is the scissor jack has got to go in a specific place. Now, on this particular vehicle, right back here, it's about 6 inches in front of the tire. There is a L-shape cut in the rocker panel down here, and that's where the scissor jack goes. There's a lip on the scissor jack and it will fit right in there. And then you want to take the jack handle and you want to crank it up. So what we did is, to save you some time, is we've already jacked it up and we've got just about where we want it to be. Before you started jacking it up, the lug nuts are going to be at about 100 foot-pounds. So what you want to do while she's on the ground is just break them free, which is what we did. So when you get it up in the air, it'll be easy to remove the lug nuts. So now we're going to take the lug nuts off so we can change out the spare. When you get them finger tight, sometimes it's quicker just to grab them with your finger and spin them off that way. One more to go. Okay, we got all 5 lug nuts off. I like to keep them a nice little pile next to this jack so you know where they are. Next, what we're going to do is remove the flat. Usually just grab it up front, roll it off, get it out of your way, put it close to the vehicle. Now the spare tire, it's a miniature spare. It holds 60 pounds of pressure. What you want to do is, when you come in for an oil change to the quick lane, is remind the manager that when you get tires rotated, to check the spare tire and have them set the tire pressures, because you don't want to have a flat to be put on. No surprises. So now we'll work at lining it up. Okay, we got all 5 studs lined up. We're going to spin them on by hand, and we'll tighten them up, we'll snug them up until we get it back on the ground. spin them all on so they're snug, and then take your wrench, snug them up a little bit more. Usually you want to start off somewhere close to 12 o'clock and then go every other lug nut until you've got them tight. Then when you put the tire back on the ground, you can tighten them back up with the tire firmly on the ground. See, she's going to spin for you. And you go every other lug nut until you get them tight. Okay, I'm confident that I've got them all snug. Now we're going to lower it. Get yourself right in front of the jack so you get good leverage on it. And we're going to lower the scissors jack. Actually, that'll come down a little bit easier than you think, so what you can do to save yourself a little bit of time is you can keep the tool straight and she'll lower a little bit quicker. Now, if that doesn't work for you, you can go back to the other way, which you can move it about half a turn at a time. It'll take you a little bit longer, but we're not looking for speed. We're looking for safety. You want to winch it all the way down until the scissor jack is almost flat. It takes probably about 5 minutes. Most cars and SUVs will have this type of a jack system in the back of their vehicles. We're getting closer to getting the scissor jack in a relaxed state, so it's a little bit easier to turn it this way. Okay. We'll collapse that scissor jack totally before we put it back inside the vehicle. Now what you want to do is this lug nut's at 12 o'clock. What you want to do is you want to tighten them up tight as you can and use good leverage. Tighten them as far as you can. Go in every other lug nut. Go one more time just to recheck them, make sure you didn't miss one. Okay, all 5 of those lug nuts are pretty tight. They should be at 100 foot-pounds, but when you get them to your quick lane department, they'll go ahead and repair your tire or replace it, and they'll take the spare off and put it back where it needs to be. Again, that should be 60 pounds of pressure in there, and I wouldn't drive it more than 50 miles per hour on the highway, and you don't want to drive it more than 50 miles. So it's important to get it to your dealer as soon as possible. Thanks guys. We're going to put this back together and get on our way.